the last part, we updated the action to support image upload, and for now we are just storing them in the root folder. On this part, you'll learn how to select an image, preview it in the pop-up, and also send it to the action. In here, we are creating the status in the createStatus.c#HTML, and the key sections in here are inside this div, where we have an input which is of type file and it is hidden. Now this input in here is going to be used to open the file picker dialog, which is going to allow users to select an image. And in here we have defined that by using this dialog, you can only select images of type PNG and JPEG. The other div is used to preview the image. And the last one is going to be used to trigger the first one, which opens the file picker dialog. And here we are going to add some JavaScript code. So for that, here at the end, I'm going to open and close a script tag. And the first thing I need to do is that I need to check for any click events to the image upload btn. For that, by using the ID, we can get this element. So for that, I can just type document dot get element by ID. So I want to get this element, and I want to add an event listener of type click, which whenever is clicked is going to trigger a click in the image upload or in the tag that has the ID image upload. We scroll up, this is the one that is going to be triggered. So basically, it just opens the file picker dialog. Now, whenever the user selects the image or basically triggers the change event in this element, I just catch that event. So document.getElementById. by ID. We want to listen for the image upload. So the same as in here. But now we want to check for the change event. There are a couple of things that need to happen. So here, just type function and then event and then like this, or you can just do it like this, whichever way you prefer. I'll just remove this one. Now the first thing is that we need to just get the file. So const file is equal to, and then event.target.files and then 0. This is how you get the selected file. And then we need to do two things. The first one is that we need to preview the image in here. For that, we need to first remove the class hidden from this div and then update the source of the image tag. So let us get both these elements. We have the image preview container and the image preview. So down here, I'll just type const image preview container is equal to document.getElementById and then image preview container. And the other one, I'll just copy paste, is the image preview. So just like this. Now down here, we are going to check if we have selected the file or if the file does have some data. For that, if file, then I'm going to use a file reader, and the file reader is used to read the file as a data URL or as a base64 encoded value, allowing it to be used as an image source. And then in here, this basically checks when the file is fully loaded, and when the file is fully loaded, it just sets the image preview source to the file's data URL. And then this line just reads the file as a data URL for previewing. And if no file is selected, then it just hides the preview container. Let us save the changes and let us run the app. And here, let me click the what do you have in mind and then image. I see that this doesn't open anything, so let me just press F12 and then clear the window and click image again. I can see that this is not opening anything. Just close and then open again. That image. So nothing is happening. Let us just go back to Visual Studio and just see if we have any code issues in the JavaScript part. And here I can see that I have something as a warning which says that the declaration or statement expected. And what that means is that you open this one in here. Let us close it. Add a semicolon. Save the changes, and then let us just restart the app. Let us click in here. Then image. Now you can see that the file selector has been opened. I'll just go to desktop because I have an image in here. Then open. And you can see that I have the image preview. Let's just type in here. This is a picture from this weekend. And then click the create button. Once I click create, I reach the breakpoint. And if I check now the post, you can see that I have just content and the image is null. What this means is that the uploading was successful, but we couldn't push it or we couldn't send it from the form to the action. Let's just stop the app and go to the form one more time. Just scroll up in here. And in the form, we have just defined in here that whenever we click the submit button, we want to send requests to the home controller create post action. But if you want to specify that this form also supports file uploads along with the text fields, you need to specify the encode type. So in here, I just defined that enc type is going to be multi-part form data. Let us save the changes. And then in here, image. This is a picture from this weekend. And then click create. Now let us check in here. When we check the post, we can see that we have content, but the image is still null. Now one last thing that we need to check is if the naming is right. So in here we do expect two properties. One is with the name content, the other one is with the name image. So let us just go to create status. Let us scroll up in here to the placeholder where we are supposed to put the image. And we can see that the input is not named image, but it is named upload content. Let me just replace that one. Let's just save the changes and let's just restart the app. Now let us check the post one more time. And now we can see that we have both content and also image. I'm just going to remove the breakpoint from here. I'm going to put a breakpoint in line 49 and then continue. It goes inside here. It gets the root path. And then it does create the images directory if it doesn't exist. Then it creates a file name, a file path, and then just copies the file. And if you just go to the Solution Explorer, open images, you're going to see that in here we have the file. Let me just continue. And now you can see that the post was created together with the image. If you want to improve this solution, one other thing that you can do is that you can just navigate to here. Since we already have an images folder, you can create a separate folder in here. Just right click, add, then upload it. And then down here, when you create the path, it has to be images, then upload it. And then in here, we're going to also have upload it. Let us save the changes and run one more test. Let me just continue. I can see the image. We just close it. Then in the Solution Explorer, if you go to upload it, in here, you have the image.